most always anyways, but I'm in these past.
The tribal chief has spoken, and this time, it's not a demand. It's a desperate plea. In a jaw-dropping moment that rocked Monday Night Raw, Roman Reigns stormed into Triple H's office with one mission: bring back Jon Moxley. With Paul Heyman's new faction growing more dangerous than ever, now reinforced by the monstrous Bronson Reed alongside Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker, Reigns knows he's outnumbered, outgunned, and dangerously close to losing control. But calling for Moxley? That's next level. The Shield Brotherhood was once unbreakable, until it shattered. Now, with the war escalating, Reigns needs his most chaotic ally. Can WWE pull off the impossible? The future of the company might depend on it. The rising threat. Heyman's faction gains brutal strength. For years, Roman Reigns has stood atop WWE as the dominant tribal chief, unyielding, calculating, and nearly unstoppable. But now, a new storm brews on the horizon, threatening to eclipse even Reigns' reign of power. Paul Heyman's faction has evolved into a ruthless powerhouse, a war machine that Seth Rollins commands with cold precision. Add to the mix Braun Breaker's explosive, earth-shattering force and the recently unleashed Bronson Reed, a behemoth whose presence alone shifts the balance of power, and the picture is grim for Reigns. This faction doesn't just outnumber Roman, it outguns and outmuscles him at every turn. The threat is not just physical, but psychological. Roman's battles with Seth Rollins have always been personal, but now the scales have tipped dangerously. The tribal chief knows he can't wage this war alone, not against a faction so fearsome it looks like the end of the bloodline as we know it. Moxley, the Shield brother who could change the game. Enter Jon Moxley, the lunatic fringe, the wild card who understands WWE's darkest wars better than anyone. Once a Shield brother alongside Roman and Dean Ambrose, Moxley's fierce independence and raw intensity defined an era. Now signed to AEW, his contract status makes his WWE return seem almost impossible, but the stakes couldn't be higher. Roman's plea isn't just a desperate call for reinforcements, it's a strategic masterstroke. By publicly demanding Moxley's return, Roman forces WWE's hand, creating a situation no executive can ignore. The potential Shield reunion, Moxley, Reigns, and Ambrose, would be a seismic event, setting the stage for the most compelling chapter WWE has seen in years. Imagine the promos, the raw intensity, the shared history, and the renewed fire against a common enemy. Seth Rollins and Heyman's war machine. The crowd is already buzzing, hungry for this reunion that could redefine WWE's summer and reshape its future. Behind the scenes, Triple H's dilemma and WWE's impossible choice. Walking into Triple H's office was a bold move, and the WWE Chief Content Officer knows exactly what's at stake. Could WWE navigate the complex legal and contractual maze to bring Moxley back? AEW's exclusivity clauses, potential legal battles, and company rivalries make this crossover seem like a pipe dream. But stranger things have happened in wrestling history. The room felt heavy as Hunter mulled over Roman's impassioned request. On one side, there's a once-in-a-lifetime storytelling opportunity. On the other, the practical impossibilities. For WWE, this is a gamble that could pay off with enormous fanfare, or blow up into an unprecedented disaster. Meanwhile, backstage cameras cut to Paul Heyman smirking at ringside, whispering coldly to Bronson Reed, "Let him beg." It won't matter. Heyman's confidence is unwavering, but Roman's public challenge changes the game, igniting a new front in this brutal war. The power play, Heyman's calculated move, and the stakes ahead. Heyman's addition of Bronson Reed to the faction wasn't accidental. It was a meticulously planned power move designed to overwhelm Reigns physically and mentally. Reed's towering frame and raw strength add a terrifying element that shifts momentum toward Heyman's faction. But the possibility of Moxley's return brings a psychological edge to this war. It's no longer just about brute strength. It's about history, loyalty, and unfinished business. Moxley and Roman's shared past is fraught with betrayal, brotherhood, and explosive confrontations that have captivated fans worldwide. If Moxley steps back into the WWE ring, even for a night, the balance of power tips dramatically. The narrative possibilities are endless, from epic promos filled with venom to intense tag matches that burn the arena to the ground. WWE Universe reacts, a fandom on the edge. The WWE Universe is already buzzing with theories and excitement. Social media is exploding with speculation. Will Moxley return? Can Triple H orchestrate this impossible reunion? Or will Heyman's faction crush any hope of comeback? Fans imagine Moxley's signature entrance, the iconic Shield theme, and the explosive chemistry of three brothers united once again. The stakes couldn't be higher. This storyline could catapult WWE's SummerSlam into the most unpredictable, explosive event in recent memory. The war for WWE's soul has just begun. Roman Reigns' dramatic plea for Jon Moxley's return signals a turning point in WWE's most intense faction war. As Heyman's faction tightens its grip with Rollins, Breakker, and Reed, the tribal chief is reaching for the ultimate ace, the brother who knows this war inside and out. Whether WWE can navigate the legal and corporate hurdles to make this reunion happen remains uncertain. But one thing is clear: the battle lines are drawn, the stakes are sky high, and the WWE Universe is on the edge of their seats. Will Moxley answer the call? Can Triple H pull off the miracle? Or is Heyman's faction truly unstoppable? Smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because this story is far from over, and when it explodes, you'll want to be there for every second.